Denise Kizelbash, and my mission is to help you calm the toxic voice in your head so you can grow your sales and your impact. Now, I was asked a great question by a reader, and it was how to develop self-belief. How do you develop self-belief? Which is a great question, and I'm going to answer it in 4 parts, in 4 different videos, so I don't bore you. And so you can actually go away and practice one at a time, okay? Come back and watch the other episodes once you have practiced each way, okay? So part 1 of 4 videos, how to develop self-belief. Now, I'm really glad the lady who asked this question, she was early on in her journey of self-employment and freelancing. And it's important to address this early on because your beliefs drive your behavior. The belief you have will directly affect the amount of effort you put into whatever it is you're doing. And the amount of effort will impact the action you take. I guess those are the same thing in a way, but effort, I think, is slightly different from action, because effort might be, okay, I'm going to go and learn something, but then the action is actually what you physically do, right? So then there's the action, and which affects the results you then receive. If you lack self-belief, you're not going to put as much effort because you think, what's the point? And then the results will just reflect the amount of action you took, right? None. So, but if you believe in yourself, if you have some belief, you will put more effort in. And when you put more effort in, you will take bigger action. You might take different types of action or more bolder, riskier action, and then you will enjoy results. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a vicious cycle of negativity or a virtuous cycle of opportunity. So you decide. So one way you can do that is by tweaking the beginning, which is your mindset, your belief. Here's the first way to develop self-belief. According to one of the pioneers in the area of self-belief research, Albert Bandura, he found there are 4 ways. And the first way is this: watch professionals, masters in action. Watch masters in action, doing what it is you want to do. Because the more you observe watching the masters in action, you're absorbing it somewhere in your mind. You're creating new neural networks about what it is, what it looks like to perform at level of mastery. It's creating new neural networks, new wiring in your brain. Because if you don't know what mastery looks like, if you don't know what the best looks like, you couldn't possibly do it. You need to see it in order to do it. Of course, you can visualize it too, but sometimes if you don't know what masters in, for example, public speaking look like, if you don't know what masters in selling or masters in networking or whatever it is you're trying to do in growing your business, in pitching yourself, I mean, there are lots of areas of mastery to develop in when it comes to launching or growing your own business. So I'll give you an example. Years ago, when I was first new in my journey in public speaking, I used to be petrified of public speaking, by the way. When I was new in my journey in public speaking, I put myself out there to host a panel discussion, to moderate a panel. I thought, okay, this is a nice sort of tentative way to go into that area. And I was invited to then host a panel, to moderate a panel. It was the opening panel of a 2-day conference. And the panelists were government officials, private sector, and NGOs and so on. And there were going to be about 600 people in the audience with cameras and so on. I'd never moderated a panel before. And so I was petrified, and I needed to develop self-belief. So here's what I did. For hours and hours, I watched hours of YouTube videos, Googling these high-profile conferences, and I just watched moderators. That's all I did. I Googled high-profile conferences like the UN, Davos, Clinton Global Initiative, all these types of high-end, and I actually found some specific moderators. When I found a moderator that I really liked, I thought, wow, this person is really good. I then Googled that they were typically journalists. They're really good at it. Journalists, and I just watched all of the panels that particular journalist moderated. And I just watched and watched and watched. And you start developing new neural patterns in your brain, in your mind, and it's creating new ways. You're beginning to start forming beliefs that that's how it's done. okay, that's possible. And I just watched what they would do. So that's what I spent hours and hours and hours watching masters. And if you look at the biographies of all the athletes are a good one to look at. Many of them would watch their idols. For example, Kobe. Kobe is I can't remember his surname. I don't watch basketball so often, but he would watch Michael Jordan over and over and over again, and you're developing these powerful neural patterns of what it looks like. Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, when he was a baby, before he was 3 years old, he would watch his dad do what do you call it? Driving, golf. Doing the drive over and over and over and over. He was exposed to that at such a young age, just watching this repetition. So that's why when he then first held a golf club, I don't know how old he was, something like 3 or something like that. He was able to he had such a brilliant swing at such a young age. It's because he was exposed to watching his father swing golf clubs at such a young age. Okay, so mastery experiences is when you watch experts. So seek out experts. Okay, your homework today is to stop everything and go and look for experts, read about them, and watch them preferably. If you're learning how to pitch yourself, for example, if you're learning how to sell, then get in front of people who are really, really good at it and just observe them. And just observe and then ask questions if you can, and you will learn so much. It develops your belief in it. Or attend a session where you can go and observe them as well, okay? So that's the first way to develop self-belief, all right? If you like this, if you found this useful, please comment and please press like below. Tell me, what are you going to do? What action are you going to take? Who are you going to go and Google and just observe? Google's such a wonderful research. YouTube, right? Who will you go and observe? What is it that you will go and learn, and what will you start developing? Yeah, tell me. I want to know. All right. Thanks for tuning in. If you want more like this, don't forget to subscribe. You can head over to my website. You'll see the link below. Subscribe and you'll get more goodies. You'll get all my videos in your inbox, and you'll get more subscriber goodies as well. Right? And share. If you think someone will get value in this, please share it too. Okay? Thanks for tuning in. Come back again for part 2 on how to develop self-belief. This is Annie Kisselbash, helping you awaken your potential.